Blurred brain reactions. So today's blurred brain reactions is somewhat overdue, like maybe 5 or 6 years overdue. This is typically where I would say something to the effect of spoiler alert. But if you're anything like me and you're just now getting into Last Ronin when it's been out since like 2020, 2021, it's your own fault that this is a spoiler. I literally just read this last week, and yesterday I picked up the prequel and I picked up the part 2, Revolutions. Haven't read those yet. So if you know me, you know I love my comic books, my superhero stories, all that type of stuff. But the older I get, the more I want to see it more gritty. I want to see it more dark. I want to see more layers. And if you're like me, you were around when Ninja Turtles started, and it was very colorful and bright and happy and fun. And I think that was perfect for that time frame. I'm certain you know by now, Last Ronin is very much not that. Last Ronin is a story of Michelangelo, who is the last surviving Ninja Turtle, when Shredder's grandson takes over the entire city in a very authoritarian way, and he is responsible for the death of the other 3 turtles. When Ronin first came out, I remember automatically assuming, of course Ronin is Raphael, because they had this big which turtle is Ronin thing going, because he obviously had the black bandana, so you couldn't tell which one he was because he had the weapons of all the turtles. It was easy for me to say that's Raphael. Raphael being my favorite turtle because Ronin is gritty, he's stoic, he's a loner, which he's kind of forced to be now because everybody else is dead, and quite frankly, he is a badass. But as a fan of Raphael, I'm very glad they didn't go in that direction. It would have been too on the nose, and the way they did it was so much better. Because if you've read Ronin, you recognize that he's got parts of each of the other turtles in him. He's gritty, he's stoic, he's a loner, and he's quite frankly a badass like Raphael. He's focused, he's extremely intelligent, he's pragmatic like Donatello. He's willing to sacrifice, he has no problem leading, and has a overall heightened sense of duty, and he very much takes on this heroic stance like Leonardo. And in all of these, he is the exact opposite of the Michelangelo we grew up with. Last Ronin was gritty. It took something that we grew up with one way and flipped it completely on its head in the most perfect way. It had a lot of legacy characters in it. You got Casey Jones, but not Casey Jones the dude, Casey Jones the daughter of Casey Jones. You have I forgot his name, but the grandson of Shredder, the son of Karai, Shredder's daughter. 10 out of 10. Tell me what you thought of The Last Ronin. Did you think it should have been Michelangelo? Do you have a case for it being somebody else? Have you read the prequel, which I think is called The Lost Years? And have you read Revolutions, which is like the part 2 to Ronin? All right now.